Breaking news, Pastor Paul Enenche drops case against brother Alexander Reno vows to jail Abraham Daniel, Peter Enenche for alleged defamation. So, which one is brother Alexander? Okay, that is his brother. And then Peter Enenche, that should be his brother too, vowed to jail them for defamation. These men of God are wielding powers like this, eh? Now wow for this, now wow, this Nigeria. Everybody is powerful now. So the case was discontinued after widespread criticism, with Pastor Enenche's legal team applying to withdraw the charges against Omokri and Alexander Enenche. Can you imagine? So Pastor Paul Enenche, senior pastor at the Dunamis International Gospel Center in Abuja, has bowed to pressure by dropping his cyberbullying and criminal defamation case against his younger brother Alexander Enenche and former presidential aide Reno. So the case was discontinued after widespread criticism, with Pastor Enenche's legal team applying to withdraw the charges against Omokri and Alexander Enenche. So the court granted the application without objection from the defense counsel, SM Oyege Esquire. However, the case took a new turn when Pastor Enenche filed a first information report, FIR, on January 30th, 2025. That was yesterday. Sarah reporters learned that Pastor Paul Enenche has vowed to continue his prosecution of a former pastor of the church, Abraham Daniel, and Peter Enenche, who pleaded not guilty to the FIR. Oh boy. So Alexander Enenche, Peter Enenche, and Pastor Abraham Daniel were earlier arrested and detained over allegations of cyberbullying and criminal defamation against Pastor Paul Enenche. So Pastor Daniel and Peter Enenche are being charged with criminal conspiracy, cyber stalking, and defamation of character. They will know all these ones. So following their plea of not guilty, defense counsel SM Oyege Esquire successfully applied for their bail orally, with the prosecution countering on the points of law. However, Chief Magistrate Emmanuel Eyana changed his decision after a heated argument erupted between the defense lawyers and the officer of the Nigerian Correctional Service, who attempted to seize a phone from the lawyer within the court premises. Can you imagine? Prison service person want to collect phone from somebody who is from a lawyer. How you can live out? Sources told Sarah reporters that the magistrate abruptly and angrily adjourned the case to February 7th, 2025 for the hearing of the bail motion, insisting that a formal written motion for bail be submitted, contrary to his earlier decision permitting an oral application. So the FIR filed on January 30th, 2025 described the nature of information as criminal conspiracy, cyber stalking, and defamation of character. Oh boy. So it reads, a petition was written, SIC, by a concerned Christian Youth Forum that you, Obonicho Enenche Peter, man, 40 years, can you imagine, just 40 years, of plot 424, Michael AMS, Nachi Crescent, Mabushi, Abuja. Abraham Daniel, male, 4 years or 44 years, of Jikoyi Phase 2 Extension, Karu, Abuja, and others at large, that some in 2024 within the jurisdiction of this honorable court, while in concert defame the image of the general overseer of Dunamis International Gospel Center, the overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, via social media, WhatsApps, and Facebooks. An application to be false, you thereby committed an offense contrary to Section 27, subsection 1, and punishable under the principal offense of cybercrimes prohibition, prohibition and prevention. Cybercrimes Prohibition and Prevention Act 2015, contrary to Section 24 1B and punishable under Section 24 verse 4. Okay. Cybercrimes Prohibition Prevention Act 2015 as amended in 2024 and punishable under Section 392 of the Penal Code Law, Cap 89, Laws of Nigeria, Northern Nigeria, 1963. Oh boy. So it was signed by Barrister F.G. Gabriel, directions of Officer in Charge, Police Station, Force CID, Abuja. So on Friday, January 17, that is the background, on Friday, January 17, 2025, Sahara reporters reported that the Nigerian Police Force had secured an order from the Chief Magistrate Court of the Federal Capital Territory, Wuse Zone 6, Abuja, to remand Mr. Omokri, a social media influencer, in prison custody, along with a former Dunamis Church pastor, Abraham Daniel, along with two others, Mr. Enenche and Alexander Enenche. The court, presided over by His Worship Chief Emmanuel A. Yanna, issued the remand warrant through an ex parte motion filed by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Gbetokun, on January 13, 2025. So granting an ex parte application filed by Francis Gabriel Esquire on behalf of the police chief in a motion numbered ME 07-2025 between the Inspector General of Police as the applicant and Mr. Daniel Abraham, Mr. Enenche Idoga Alexander, Obonyilo Enenche Peter, and Mr. Reno Mokri as first to fourth respondents. So the Chief Magistrate directed the police to produce the respondents in court on January 30th. Okay. So Yanna held upon hearing the application and submission of Leonard Francis Gabriel Esquire, and upon careful consideration of the averments of the annexures and issues as raised in the submission of the applicant's application is hereby granted as prayed. Okay, so it is hereby ordered as follows: an order of this honorable court for remand warrant of respondent Mr. Daniel Abraham, Mr. Enenche Idoga Alexander, Oboyilo Enenche Peter, and Mr. Reno Mokri in the custody of the Nigerian Correctional Service pending investigation, arraignment, and prosecution. So it is hereby ordered that the respondents be arraigned before a court of competent jurisdiction after the conclusion of the said investigation. Oh boy. So on the return date, the respondents should be produced. The matter is adjourned to 30th day of January 2025. So that was the first time the case appeared in court, and they're just trying to give us the background here, and it was returned back to court yesterday, 30th. So the remand warrant was predicated on a petition to the Inspector General of Police by Patrick Okolo San against Mr. Reno Omokri, Gist Lover Blog, Auntie Abdul, Peter Obonyiro, Kelechi TV, and their agents and co-conspirators for alleged defamation. Now, wow. So, with the way it is now, as always, I pray it works out like that. If it will be a great lesson to other people that want to spread lie rumors against him. Can you imagine? So, Ruth Addis, Christ-like indeed. Really Christ-like indeed. You'll not be lie. Gods of men, so-called pastors, have no etiquette of Christ. They are no examples of good Christians. I'm telling you. With all the defamations and everything that they did to Jesus, he didn't respond. And when you say you're a Christian, you are Christ-like. So why are all these people fighting for their names and integrity, responding to everything done to them, if actually it is true? Okay? Now, wow, I'm telling you, even when they say we are not in position to judge, but you can see through the prism, there is a contradiction between the headline and the subject of your message. The pastor never vowed to jail them, as that's not within his authority. Only a court can make such decisions. Instead, he stated his intention to pursue a defamation of character case against them in a competent court. Okay. So Emmanuel Auche, I thought God will be the judge. Now pastors are now running to follow human for justice. Not be lie. Said, what a pity. It's actually a pity. Very big pity. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment over this matter.